Hello, my darlings. I'm Chris Collected, and welcome to the launch party. so, today I put up on my Instagram a bunch of different posts about different stuff that I had for sale, and some of it was more than I wanted, some was less than I wanted, but you know what? The point was to do it. And it's all a big snowball, right? It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger from here. And so check out next Thursday. I'll have even more posts, and from now on, every Thursday, I will be posting something for sale. From now on, that's kind of the plan. Keep it going, keep the ball rolling, right? And so on Tuesday, we went over the ads, and so we didn't ever do any Legos. And I just got this Lego in. So I figure, what better way to celebrate than to crack open? Oh, there we go. Crack open a new box of Legos and hang out. If you guys have any questions about the products or anything like that, I dropped a link to it in the chat. Feel free to go check that out. If you would like to claim any post, what you do is just simply type the number into chat or into like the actual post, and then I will contact you. And I will say, okay, that cost $10, and then you pay me by PayPal for $10, or Venmo, or Cash App. I have all three. And then I simply send it to you. All good. A good, easy way to make some custom stuff for your house. And if you do see something you like, but maybe not in the right color or not in the right fabric, hit me up and tell me you want to do a custom order. No extra cost. I will go ahead and get that fabric for you, and cost the same as that, if it was just being purchased through the claim sale. Oh, isn't that cool? I specifically got this one. It's from the new Batman. So it comes with all three of those. Here's a little picture on the back as well, because I got it. Hello. Hello, Shirley. We need to get CFL and Debbie Do there to tell you how to change your name. Having your first and last name on the internet is not advisable. I meant to say something about when we were talking with Lisa and everything, and I was like, I meant to tell like Paul to get your name changed, because it definitely you cannot have your first and last name as your chat name. Remember, the internet is separate from people, separate from reality in that sense. Hey, he actually has two heads. That's cool. He get two heads for some reason. Oh, he has hair versus no hair. Oh, isn't that cute? But yeah. So this is going to be my little launch party. I'm just going to be playing with Legos for the most part. If you guys have any questions, I'll, happily talk to you guys about it. Oh, okay. That's cool. This is the new Batman, which is Robert Pattinson, right? The guy that used to do Twilight. Now he's Batman. Batman. And you guys know I love Batman on this channel. Oh, yeah, we got stickers. We got little stickers. Okay, I'm leaving. See you later, Shirley. It's all good. But yeah, today is a nice little chill day. We're gonna go ahead and just play with some Legos while I celebrate a couple year journey of making my own company. In 2020, I made my first social media account. Prior to 2020, I had no social media at all. I did have a Facebook, but I just used it for event planning and never really was actually using it for anything else. And so I don't count that. But yeah, I didn't even have social media till 2020, and I realized that I needed to join during, the pandemic, and I was all alone. In 2019, I was going to at least one event every 2 weeks. In 2020, and obviously nowadays, not really going to many anymore. And so I realized I needed to push beyond the boundaries of just my house and what I was already doing. And I always loved buying all these small things that artists would be selling, and that was the joy, right? Every once or 2 weeks, I would go spend $20 buying a new Lego toy, or maybe someone custom painted a figure or a sticker or a poster, anything, right? And I would realize that I really wanted to do that. And so I made a company in 2020, and it's called Life Improvements is the name of the LLC that I own. And then it took me 2 years to actually work up the courage to start doing stuff with that. In 2021, I started finally posting about my adventures in collecting. And I didn't know if I wanted to go farther than that or not. And I realized I actually did. I really, what it is as a child, I had a lot of abuse for being gay. And I kept thinking naively that that would end at some point, that, someday the country would wake up, someday the world will wake up. I know I had Obama as president, and I was like, oh, maybe that's it, and then obviously that wasn't it. And then I realized during the Trump presidency that there was no end date to racism. There was no end date to any of it. And that I had to do something. Like, I need to produce the stuff that I want to produce and not worry about the world, and instead worry about me, my life, my happiness. And so, thus, Chris Collected was eventually made. I started in the beginning of this year, live streaming at least 2 times a week. And if you go back, you can actually see I was just called Chris for the first 10 streams. And eventually I actually have a stream called New Me, New Name. And I actually decided on the name Chris Collected. Now, Chris Collected comes from me being a little disheveled and going through the stuff that I've gone through in my life. I was very much a broken guy. I was not happy. I was not fulfilling my life. I was just kind of going through the motions, not really doing anything. And I could go into plenty of examples there, but we don't need to bum Cheller out, so let's not talk too much about that. But in fact, learn that I realized that I needed to do more. I couldn't just sit there on the sidelines worrying about my past and never progressing past that. So I slowly started posting videos, sometimes only one a month, sometimes nowadays a few a month. And so I've actually been doing really good and really loving myself lately and very proud of what I've done. And so today I'm celebrating by I bought myself a set of Legos that I wanted because I love Batman, and we're gonna build it and hang out, And then later on I might do another stream tonight for video games, where I'm gonna play some video games. But that one I think will maybe just be on YouTube or maybe just Twitter or something like that. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to, give you a short version of my little rise to fame here. I now have 37 subscribers, and, those were hard fought. I have not done great marketing or anything. Even this drop, it should have been, released a week ago that I was going to do it, and, then you have a whole build up and everything, and yeah, thanks. I'm really proud of me too. And I realized that it's better to just get it done than it necessarily is to get it perfect. Because I'm never going to. I was always one of those kind of people. It's like, oh, if I actually tried, I'd be perfect at it, no problem. And it's like, no, that's not really real, not really how that's going to work. And so, it's taken a lot longer to even get to 50 subscribers than I thought, and everything's kind of taken 10 times harder than I thought it was going to be, but I kept going, right? There were days where I really didn't. There were entire months or so that I was like, I'm just not putting out content anymore because, I had 5 views all month. Why even put out any content? And I realized, why do I care so much if you watch it or not? I don't care. When Shirley leaves, let her leave. If she doesn't want to watch my stuff, then she doesn't have to. Let her go on with her life, and I can still be very happy with myself. And it was something that I think as a millennial, we were always told, get that next thing. What's the next activity? What's the next group you're part of? What's the next, the world's so big. There's so many things happening. Facebook and Instagram and all these things tell you need more and more and more and more. And, I'm here to tell you don't necessarily do that. My claim sale is up, and you could definitely get whatever you like from it. But I recommend, leaving some for the rest, right? You don't need everything. And if you do want a larger custom order, I can definitely do that for you. But we don't necessarily need to do that, right? We can go slower, accrue stuff over time. That's why I eventually want to do Patreon, so you're just getting like one thing a month from me. And I'm really happy with where I've come and where I've gone. I'm making content on a regular basis now, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm really enjoying myself, and I think that's what's most important, right? Interesting that they didn't want that even. I guess they needed the wheelbase to be longer. But yeah, so I'm really happy with my drop here. It was really good. I'm thrilled by it. And I hope you guys like something that I make. And if not, well then, talk to me about it, and we'll make you something special just for you for no additional cost. I don't want my customs to scare too many people away. I want it to be the same price. That way, we're all getting what we can afford. This is going to be Batman's motorcycle. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoy watching me. And I even have had more people talk to me, and so that's really cool. I've had just random strangers in my chat and stuff, and even had a few robots, right? The Russian bots came and talked to us a few times, right? So that was always fun. Where are these pieces that I need? It's an upright, single upright. Is this the piece? No, it's gray. Huh. I don't see it anywheres. You think it's... Let's see. Let's check in here. Yeah, see, that should be all the lady. Aha! Here they are. I found them. But yeah, so as I was saying, I am really happy with how far I've come, and I'm even more excited to see how far I can go. Alright, so the goal is every Thursday now to put up at least one of those ads. So we'll go ahead and share. Hold on one second. Boop. So we'll go ahead and share my screen here. There we go. So as you can see, I have officially upped all of the posts. And see, this one, some of them even have a comment and stuff like on them. So that's awesome. But yeah, so what these is you got, it says, next few posts include items that are all up for claim. Comment a number on the post and I will DM you shipping and payment details. And then say you click on this one, and I actually put the same thing there and put that's Cute Guys, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Star Wars. Alright? And you can go, and so you should see these every Thursday from now on. At least one of these will be up, and I'll put whatever new products I've made that week and put them up. And even just today, I improved this. So, excuse me. I started interfacing these. The prior iterations were not interfaced, and so that's why there's only one. I did have a few, but I was like, you know what? It's better to get a better product going than anything. And then the last one is a clearance bin. As a single employed person, I make a lot of errors and stuff like that, and I'm trying to recoup my cost here. And so like for instance, that bottom corner pillow is not interfaced, where my new ones are. So therefore, this one is now up for $12 for 5 pieces. So you'll get a pillow, you get big towels, small towels, fabric bowls. I'm gonna try to clean those small or square ones and put those in there. All kinds of things, right? Everything heavily discounted, $12 for 5 things, and that includes shipping, which shipping alone can be $6 or so. So I mean, you're really basically getting everything for $1. It was the idea, like $1, $1.25, and you're getting all these cool items. And then, if you want to pick what you get, you can go onto any of these and pick, and literally comment down below what number you want. So you want number 1, number 2, 3, stuff like that. And if you're like, hey, I like this, but I want a placemat that's a certain size or a certain style, well then all you gotta do is message me, and I will come and help you. Ooh, even also, my Linktree is now active. So if you go and look in my bio, I actually have a Linktree up. So that's even working now. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good. Trying to get as best as I can, right? That's the idea. Every week, a little bit better than we did last week. And so this week was a big leap. And the next big leap is I got to contact this lady that's local, and she does booths. So they take over a mall every Saturday. They are about to do spooky stuff all month long, like with trick or treat and like free prizes and all that. And so I'm trying to work up the courage to go and contact her and actually start selling stuff. Because I mean, it is, it's a big thing for me. I don't necessarily like leaving my house all that often. It is a bigger thing for me to finally be like, okay, let me go out into the world and deal with other people. But I have to get either the Square Pay or some kind of payment processing first. So I'm kind of thinking about that for the next week here. What I want to buy, either Square, or there's like 10 different ones that all claim to be the cheapest, easiest way for small businesses to get credit cards. And it's like they all have different stuff. Some are one-time fees, some are fee of like 2%, and so it's like I got to sit there and kind of think about what I'm going to do there. And I really don't know yet. I haven't quite decided. I wanted to do this, run this for like 2 weeks, then contact her. Also, I'm going to try to get some doctor's appointments and dentist appointments in the next couple weeks. My car, I'm going to take that in tomorrow, because this week I kind of been slammed. I haven't eaten right. I haven't done nothing right all week. I've been a mess to do all this stuff. I've been a complete mess, but we'll keep pushing, right? Guess how life is. You just kind of keep going, even if you are not comfortable. You kind of have to keep pushing through, And that's what I'm doing. Weird that they would put that. They made me cover this up, even though there was like a hidden yellows in there. I think that's funny, but they then cover it up. Kind of silly. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of where my head is right now. That I'm looking at doing this stuff every week and going more and more, but at the same time, looking at the future too, of going in person, setting up a booth, setting up my goods, which I have some examples here. We'll go over them now. So this is a fabric bowl. This is the Star Wars one. This is the cute guy one. You notice their heads are definitely because they are cut up a little bit. So their heads are kind of, but who's looking at their head? We're looking at their bodies. And then, you got Star Wars ones too. This one I made for like a pair of kids that, want placemats for like a single plate, for like a kid's plate. And then the back is a nice green plaid. Then we have the big boy, or little boy, actually, the little square ones. little squares, and then one of them will be the chase. You don't know which one, huh? Which one? One's the chase, and that one I will give you some extra. There's some extra little freebies in your bag if you get that one. But which one is it? You don't know. And then these are the big guys. These are 16-inch microfiber towels. One side is all print. One side is all microfiber towel. And this is 100% cotton flannel. Aw, thanks. You know, it's more confidence than anything. It's not necessarily the marketing or the, it's just more of the scared of it. I'm scared of the taxes. I'm scared of dealing with people and being an LGBT business. And, because, if I show up with something like this and I'm like, here are my gay pride towels, is that going to go well? You know what I mean? So there is a lot of that of like, because all my posts, they all say LGBT business, all of it does, right? Because it's like, I want to be out in the open, but it is terrifying. I've been in more than a dozen fights in my life. Every single one, I did not throw the first punch. They hit me for being gay. So it's like, I know what it's like to be persecuted. So it is something that's on my mind, very, very much so. But, I can't live in fear forever. As I said, that's what I've realized in the last couple years, that there is no end date to all their hateful ways and all the, the evilness of this world. It's just, there's no end date to it, I kept waiting and waiting, and I'm like, oh, this, when is it going to oh, now they've proved it with science. That will solve it. And it's like, nope. There's always going to be someone trying to take advantage of people's ignorance, stupidity, and willingness to believe false ideologies. So, the company, I know it's not going to be an overly political company, but even just existing is a very political thing for me. Existing out and open in public. It's very thing. I know, exactly. So that's, I'm very worried about it, but because technically this was supposed to happen 3 months ago. I was ready to go put stuff online. It took me 3 extra months to have the courage to actually click submit, click share, click post, and see what happens. And look, it's just the 3 of us in here and maybe a few people watching. It's like, I haven't really, you could tell that I'm very timid about this. I'm not marketing like I should, and I know I'm doing it wrong. But, there's just a lot of fear, a lot of worried about it. But you can't live in fear, there is no date at which suddenly the world will wake up. And so I have to live my life that way, live my life knowing that I don't have time to sit there and worry, because it's not going to help. It's not going to help the world be a better place. It's not going to help anyone, And so I'm moving forwards and keep on moving, right? I'm into the stuff I'm into, Legos and all kinds of cool stuff, and then I'll be making all kinds of cool stuff. And who knows how the company will progress, but I know that I will be doing it and doing it and more and more and more until I'm not only comfortable, but I'm thriving and excelling at it. Because this is the way forwards for me, I see no other way. This is the way, as they say in Star Wars, right? This is the way. Which is actually partially why I did do Star Wars and like Grogu, because it's like Mandalorian very much was like another like little moment for me of like, see, even Disney is like, man, just go for it. It's like Disney, there was this Shia LaBeouf thing on the internet one time, and he's like just screaming into her camera like, go for it, just do it, man, just do it. And I always like, so many people laughed at him for that, and I played that recently back and watched it, and like I was like, you know what, he had a point. Like, you just gotta do it, there's no other way, you just gotta go for it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going for it. If this all sells out in a day, great. If it doesn't sell out, hey, I'll put it up on Mercari or put it up in my booth when I go to, because the plan is I want to start doing booths in November, because November, December, 2 months of booths. I was trying to do like 5, 6 months of booths, but you know, fear is a mind killer, right? It really bothers me. So we're gonna push forwards and keep on going, even through the fear and the anxiety. Oh no, my piece fell. There we go. I gotcha. See, even if something falls apart, you can just rebuild it. Right? I think that's what the beauty of Legos, right? It's like you're meant to fail at Legos because you can always just rip it apart and do it again, right? Yeah. I need to make Christmas stuff too. Next week will be spooky stuff. I've been working on making some spooky stuff, so there will be spooky stuff next week, and then the week after that, probably some more spooky stuff, just for October, and then all November and December. Which I made one of the bowls, right? This is all Thanksgiving themed. If you look at a thing, it says "Bring on the gourd times," and then he's actually like cleaning the dishes after after Thanksgiving. And then this guy says "Falling for you." So I'm worried about fall stuff right now, spooky stuff right now, and then in November I'll start posting a couple more of these, just do some fall stuff, because I have another yard of fabric so let's use it up, right? And then after that, Christmas stuff, which I showed a preview of that a couple weeks ago, where I had been taking patchwork stuff similar to this, like doing patchwork placemats, and they were all Christmas stuff, which actually came from last year when I was making masks, because all of this kind of had a little bit of a spiraling from making masks as well. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, right? It should be ultimately it will be a large part of how I make my money and how I grow this channel, because growing locally and small is one of the best ways to grow, and also gives me the physical confidence of like talking to other people. Right now I'm talking to a circle this big, right? You're just this big to me, right? You're just a little circle, right? So it's like talking to a raw audience and being like, hey, how are you? Look at this stuff, and sitting there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, sitting there and being like, no one's talking to me. What do I do? So I'm actually even gonna bring some punch needle to like work on with me. Just like if I'm just sitting there and no one's talking to me, I can kind of like do some punch needle and look busy, right? So I've been thinking about it in my mind a lot, making sure that I'm ready for that next step, which I think I am. And of course I still have worries, like I'm not really sure about the taxes element, and so that's something in November I plan on like going and hiring an accountant and talking to him. But I want to get some sales first and be like, okay, here's all the stuff I spent to get these like 5-10 sales, whatever. Now what do I do with it? Like how do I record it? How do I do it? Because a lot of the apps, they'll do it too. Like Square and all this, you can put in, hey, I sold 10 things today, $20 each, I made 200, right? And it's like, and it will keep track of it for you and be like, oh, you owe the government $10 in taxes or whatever. But I still want to be able to do it on my own too. And so next year I do have plans of doing an Adobe Premiere certification, and then maybe in like an accounting / marketing certification too. But that might be like, that's in like maybe 2 years or so. We're working on it. We're figuring out, like, I'm glad that I'm pushing forwards, but now it's like, how do I push forward? Because I could go this way. I could go this way. You know what I mean? Like, life's so many choices. I'm in America. I have freedom. I can do anything. I could be on a plane to New York today and sell on a street corner if I want, right? It's like, possibilities are endless. I could be down in Florida right now trying to sell towels to hurricane victims, right? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I could do anything, right? So it's like, I very much am thinking of that way of like, okay, what do I actually want to put my hard-earned time into? Because obviously, taking care of hurricane victims, maybe not, right? But, I can do more with what I have. And so I'm excited for the future. That's why I wanted to, do Batman, because Batman is kind of that legacy, right? He had a lot of trauma as a child, obviously his parents being murdered, and then became a hero. And so, that's very much my journey of I'm trying to be a hero to myself and hopefully to others. You need to bring products you can work, get people interested in you and your product. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like I want to bring some like ones of these that aren't done yet so I can show people the inside of them. I want to bring like the scraps that I have and show people like, yes, I am a artist that is reusing my supplies. I don't just throw stuff away. I make art from trash. Like for instance, if you notice when I sew, all the string, all the yarn or the string, you can call it whatever you want, but all of that I've actually been keeping and I'm going to make art from, and I'm going to keep making art from what other people would consider trash. That way I show that it's not just about cutting the costs, but about using our resources to the best of our ability, because that's the future, right? Recycling is our only future. Any other future other than that, and it's going to end very badly. Like we really need to be recycling, and so I am excited to be part of that. I grew up on Captain Planet and Smokey the Bear and all these people that kept telling me, the environment's your responsibility, and so now it's time for me to take that responsibility, right? Yeah, exactly, right? And, hopefully that can gain me some popularity and I can become a, pseudo-political figure. Not really political, but like showing what all of that ideology of liberal ideology and business capitalist ideologies, that it doesn't have to fight, that you can reuse stuff but then sell it. You can make profit but be using your resources wisely, right? So it's like, it's not just one thing of, oh, the bottom line only matters, or I only want to do cleaning or stuff. It's like, I want to do all of it, just be happy, right? Be happy with myself and with this world. So that's the goal. And this was the next step. And we're launching stuff. And so I'm really happy with it. I'm happy that I did it. It's not as much as I wanted, but it's as much as I have, and that's what's important. Where do these go? Okay, this goes here. And this one goes here. Oh, I heard today that they are not going to do him again. Did you know that? Robert Pattinson is like a one-time Batman. Like they want to do Justice League Batman again. And I'm like, I don't want Justice League Batman. I liked Robert Pattinson Batman. He was cool. I think they should stick with that universe, but I don't own DC. Not my problem. But they have a lot of problems right now. Oof. They're struggling. They got rid of like so many shows just so they could get some tax write-offs. A bummer, but that's all right. Their loss. We'll end up, I'm sure everything at the end of the day gets remade, right? That's the thing nowadays. Nothing's ever truly gone. But yeah, so that was my Chris talk. Because my name's not Ted, right? Oh, okay. I see what they want. They want the rubber ones. Even if you start out small, it is better to just start. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's what I've learned as well this year. Because that's why it took me 2 years to even start this, because I was like, oh, I'll just wait till I'm perfect at it. I'll wait till all my marketing's done and all this stuff is done, and it's like, it just takes too long. Everything takes so long to do. And so, no more waiting. I'm all done waiting. And if I'm successful, great. If not, you know, we'll just keep going. Ooh, look at that. At the spinning wheel. One wheel down. One to go. Ooh, I heard the snap on that one. Nice. That looks pretty good. And the wheels do spin, spin, spin. So that's pretty cool. There's this one that I want to get. It's a Mustang. It's like 1,000 pieces, and it actually has the ability, you pull it back, and it will shoot forwards on its own. So that's really good. I'm excited for that one. It's a Mustang, which was my first car ever. And so that's my next Lego that I'm gonna buy. But for now, my main thing I'm doing is I sold some nice like high-end stuff so I could buy a new camera. I was gonna go for a GoPro, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a Canon because I have the webcam feature for it. So I'll go for that. I'm gonna go for a Canon. I'm just waiting for some stuff to process because you send them out. How Mercari works is they pay Mercari, I ship it, then Mercari pays me. And so they're kind of a middleman there. So I'm waiting for the shipping to happen. That way I can get paid. Because right now, Mercari has my money, and I want my money. Oops. And then I can spend my money on buying a new camera, which I could buy one right now. There was one for 170, and I have 200 already. And so it was either wait and to get the one that's 220 that includes a lens, or the one for 170 with no lens. And I have a lens, but it's different than the one that's 215. So I'm probably go for that one instead. We'll see though. It's a Canon T6, which I have right now a T7i, and it's like apparently the eyes and regular ones are different. I didn't know. I had no idea what I was buying. So that's another thing. I would love to do a photography certification as well. That's kind of like in the 5-year plan of like going farther and farther, and then I can start doing toy photography, taking all these little things that I've made and doing close-in photography of it, so it looks cool. That's the idea, at least. He's got a little batarang. Isn't that cool? And then for you guys, for you two, I will have your package sent out like next Thursday then. Next Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. That way it will be there before the 11th. I was thinking it was 22nd for some reason. I don't know why I thought 22nd instead of 11th. You know what? It was probably because of that 2022 again. Because I think I saw October 2022. Yeah. I was kept getting confused by the year there. But that's alright. So, because I have stuff already ready. I was just trying to get a few more pieces done before I shipped it all out to you. Ooh, that's cool. They put that in a little box. That's pretty cool. Let's put this on him. Are you guys getting hit by the hurricane? I heard it's only a tropical storm now. But Florida got smashed, right? How are you guys doing? Is it raining over there where you are? Okay. so this goes into the middle. And then I need to put a sticker on it. We'll have rain for the next few days. Oh, okay, so not too bad then. There we go. I think that was a pretty good sticker placement. Windy but no rain yet. Okay, good. Good, yeah, 'cause I know you guys are still a little more, like, north than where it is. But that's good. Good, good. I'm glad you guys are safe, then. As you can tell, I'm tired today because I've been not sleeping well for the last couple days, for sure. Late nights and weird decisions of, like, what do I post, what do I not post, right? It's like, so. But they're all up now. Nothing I can do about it now. Hopefully no spelling errors. Whoops. Okay, so this goes into this. Yeah, but I'm glad it's not, not too bad for you guys. I was looking at the news footage earlier and it looked bad. There was this one, do you see the one that's the hotel? And the guy's on like the 10th floor of the hotel, and the inside of the hotel, you can see all the way through the middle, and the whole lobby is done for. It is done for. It is completely like there are waves in their lobby of their hotel that they are now stuck in. But hey, they're in Florida, right? They'll be fine. Oh, that's cool. That is now like, and see, this part's actually like on a hinge. That's pretty cool. The same. Oh, it has to be right. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever get the rest of it. See, there is the Bat Cave, Batmobile, and then I got this one, the third one already. I don't know if I ever get the Batmobile. I didn't like the Batmobile too much, and the Bat playset, it's like, I'm not a child, so I'm not necessarily going to play with any of this stuff. I just kind of wanted to have it, right? Because it's like, this is the new Batman, and I kind of was like, I need the new Batman, right? It's like, you're going to have old Batman, you're going to have new Batman. It's like, I gotta kind of try them out, Make sure I approve of the new Batman, which I do. I think he looks really cool. I'm really excited about my opportunity to have this little piece. Also, you notice this. I picked this up the other day. Isn't that cool? So now I have a thing to hold my flowers in. Isn't that cool? I have seen a lot of footage. Some places the house. Yeah. I saw one. It was a trailer park, and there was one visible house left in the entire trailer park. Everything else gone. You see the weatherman? The weatherman was like, if this goes 20 miles to the left, you're all dead. He's like, you need to leave. You need to leave now. And then you see there were some hurricane chasers. They were at the shoreline at a pier, and one of them did not make it out. They were like, it is unsure whether he has survived or not. And I was like, well, yeah, no shock there, buddy. I was like, that's Florida for you right there. They were like, oh, we got this. And it's like, Mother Nature was like, you sure about that? Mother Nature does not play no games. It will take you in an instant. But yeah, I'm glad that most people are being safe, doing what the government is telling them to do, to leave. You know, you can always make sure your insurance is paid up, and if you live in Florida, right? Which I've heard can be pretty hard to do. Like some places they will not insure you because they're like, look, man, you're going to get smashed. You're like 2 feet off the water. You're about to be done for. And so, of course, gotta have his girlfriend, Miss Selena Kyle, which fun little nerdy fact about this movie for you. They had planned on having like an explicit sex scene between these two. Like explicit. Like they were gonna have him like going full out. And so apparently that was cut. That was cut from the show, cut from the movie there, but there is a take, like they did film it, like there is an actual filmed sex scene between these two, and they cut it out of the movie, which I thought was really funny. I was like, they cut it out of the movie. The producers were just like, no, Batman, he's a hero, he doesn't have sex. It's like, no, he definitely does. You guys watch She-Hulk? You guys watch She-Hulk? Oh my god, you guys, you need to watch She-Hulk. I love it. It is so good. So good. They literally had freaking Megan Thee Stallion on it. And then they did twerking. She did some twerks with her. I was like, oh shit. I loved it. I know a lot of the, straight boys on the internet did not. But I loved it. I loved it. I haven't watched 6 yet. I still haven't watched 6. No spoilers for me. But I'm 1 through 5. Very good. The only complaint about the show I have is why is it not 20 episodes long? I need 7 seasons of this now. You know what I mean? That was my only complaint, which is not really a complaint, right? Like, it's not really a complaint. I am just extremely happy that this thing exists, and I'm super happy about it. It was really, really funny, and I know you won't know who these people were, but you see the Wrecking Crew. It was in it. The Wrecking Crew. Oh my god, I have grown up since a child watching the Wrecking Crew digitally be made. They are in half a dozen cartoons. Those were the 4 construction workers that tried to rob her and get her blood, stuff like that. And they are idiots in the comics, in the books, in the movies, and everything, in the shows, everything. They're always dummies, and I loved them. It was so good. He had the little flaming stuff, and then one's called Cannonball, and he had the big ball, and it is it's accurate. It's all supposed to be Asgardian junk, because look at Thor. He just wrecks stuff and leaves, right? Think of Batman. He throws some stuff around and then leaves, right? So a lot of these superheroes, they actually go around, collect all of the superhero stuff, and then they can either sell it or make stuff from it. And so that's how the Wrecking Crew is they work for a construction company that repairs all this junk. Superman throws a guy through a building, someone's got to repair that building, right? Iron Man blasts a hole in something, someone's got to repair that, right? So that's what these people do. They're professional construction workers, but then they're like, find a piece of Iron Man tech, or they find, a piece of Asgardian tech, and then they integrate it in. But of course, they're not very smart, so they don't know how to use it. And so you have like, god level power in an idiot, and it's like, then you get the Wrecking Crew, which is why I love them so much, because it's like, it just really makes me laugh every time I see them on screen. I'm always cracking up because they're always so dumb. So hopefully, the show keeps them around. They are definitely cool. Yeah, the Wrecking Crew has always been a classic cartoon character. I think it's the first time I've ever seen them physically like have bodies, you know what I mean, instead of have actors, instead of just voice actors. And so I was so excited. I remember watching that scene, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, I know who you are. I was like, I know who you are. Because, I mean, you have to be a real Marvel nerd to know who the Wrecking Crew is. Like, off the top of my head, I could list all of them. So as soon as I saw them, I was like, I know you. I know you. I was like, I know all of them. And I was so happy. I was like, yay. They actually put, like, I mean, these people are, like, D grade. Like, they are not famous. And so that was really cool. But then they had Megan Thee Stallion. Can y'all believe that? She's so famous. She's so she's a very successful rapper. So I was shocked to see her in. They're getting a drag queen named Shea Coulee. She's going to be, the rumor is she is Ironheart's sister, which actually becomes like a supervillain later. So excited about that too. An actual like professional drag queen in the Marvel universe. Like huge, you know what I mean? Like that's Disney being like, we like gay people, we ain't going away. Like that was, it really meant something to me when I saw that. I was like, wow. I was like, that is not playing around for sure. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be in the next Ironheart movie, which I believe is next year. So I'm really excited about it. It's really good. Like Marvel's doing, like they are really doing good, doing good work. Nice stuff, not shying away from the truth, being very, I know they're a big business and they're making tons of money. I'm sure they have all kinds of problems, but hey, at least they have one less problem now, right? So, I was very excited about that. Yeah, that's on the right side. Okay, cool. Little guy. Yeah. I haven't watched Andor yet. Have you guys watched Andor? Andor? It's something like that. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to eventually. I just hadn't, and I've been busy this week, and so I have been focusing on other things. But the plan is to eventually to watch that one too. I actually like watching them 4 or 5 episodes in. Like I didn't even start She-Hulk until 6 was already out. That's how I like doing it, because I kind of like seeing the drama online, and then when I go in, I have their kind of ideas, and I can go, oh, okay, this is what they think, now this is what I think of it, right? And, if I don't have their bias there, then maybe I'll kind of just, like, not care about it. So it's like, to me, I like seeing the controversy, and then being like, actually, you're wrong, this is awesome. Like, the She-Hulk twerking, everyone on the internet was so mad about it, and not the gays and the women. It was straight men. The straight men were furious, and none of the gays and women cared. We were like, yeah, that's for us, it's not for you. Bye-bye. Like, we were not asking for you to watch this show. This show is clearly designed for women. Oh no! Batman made an escape! There you go, Batman. We'll put him like that. It's like a show about like the resistance of Star, because Andor is a planet in the Star Wars universe. Very like important planet that like, lightsaber battles and these kind of things happen on, and it's like in the movies, people talk about it a lot. And so they're like, okay, well, let's go down to the surface level. What is the resistance doing? So it's almost like a movie about like the French Revolution or something like that. Like, the humans that were overthrowing this government. It's the same thing, but it's like in space. So, it's kind of like a revolutionary show, but, in space. So, it shows you that even thousands of years in the past, technically in the past, right, because Star Wars takes place in the past, it was still the same problems. New dictators, same problems, right? Which hopefully that Ukrainian situation gets resolved as quickly as possible, too. Let's see. But I'm confident in our president. He'll be able to keep us going good. And I got an electric car right now, so I don't have to worry about gas prices. Which I'll send you guys your car back in like December when you guys come back. I'll send you your car back. It'll be done by then. I'm going to take my car in tomorrow, and I expect it's going to take like a month to get it fixed. Order the parts, replace the parts, and paint the parts, right? Because they don't come pre-painted. You gotta paint them yourself. Well, they do. I'm not gonna paint them. I would not do a good job. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm pretty hyped about it all. I've been very excited about this week. Kind of all over the place, in my head, kind of going nuts. But that's life. Sometimes you can't control it. You just gotta get on that roller coaster and take that ride. So that's what I'm doing. All right, wish me luck. I gotta put a sticker on. It's a little off. There we go. That's much, much better. And so, that's looking pretty good, which it's glow in the dark if it was lit up enough. Yeah, see, it's not charged enough for it, but, I'll take some photos later another day when it's all, time to charge. But it is glow in the dark, so that's pretty cool. But, I'm excited. Actually, I saw with D23 coming out, which is Disney's own expo. Yeah. Well, technically under my account, I have noticed that someone is using the Chris account and not paying attention, that it's not the Claude account. It is the Chris account. I have noticed every once in a while, because mine is the first account, because I made it. So mine's the first account, and on Hulu, on Netflix, on everything, the first one's me. It's always me. I get the first slot. I may not have social media until 2020, but I was always streaming. I was streaming day one as soon as that stuff came out. I was like, yes, please. And so all of the accounts default to me. But I have noticed that She-Hulk was on episode 5 when I started, and I was like, who is on my account? I think it's you. I think it's you. You better click on your own name. You don't click on my name. You click on your name. It's my name. Grr. But yeah, no, seriously though, I mean, obviously, watch it on whatever you want. But yeah, I did notice. I saw it the other day, and I was like, I have not watched this. How is it on episode 5? And I was like, ooh, someone's been logging into my account. But really, I figured it out pretty quickly that I'm the first one, so, you know, if someone just starts the app up, they're going to end up in mine without even knowing it. But yeah, I know. I thought it was funny too. Right? I was like, oh, so silly. I was like, the you know, first world problems is what they call that. It means it's not really a problem. It's just a problem that exists in countries that don't have real problems. All right, and then this whole thing goes on here. And so it's getting closer. And what's cool about it is you can actually rotate this 360, and then you can rotate this 360. So kids can have a lot of fun in terms of like, it's shining light over there, it's shining the light over there, right? It's like, of course you do have to be careful with Legos. You know, I'm too much of an adult now, right? It's like, I manhandle it all. Okay, I gotta make its little launcher. And then we're not going to do the Selena Kyle, I don't think, today. Cause actually, it's only 1 hour. Maybe we will. We'll see how fast I get this done. Because I don't want to hold you guys up all day. Just me celebrating over here. Yeah, I mean, let's see. How many steps is it? 18? Yeah, that's not too many steps. All right, let's get it done, right? I mean, that's my journey right now anyways, to get this kind of stuff done, not to keep pushing stuff off. So let's do it. Let's do the full 1.5 hour stream, right? I don't always do them that long, but for today, for the launch party, no problem, right? Sounds good. I also treated myself to a milkshake today. I love milkshakes. So I went and got myself a milkshake from Del Taco and some Del Taco. Because I wanted some lunch, and Del Taco's real good. I don't know if you guys ever had it before, but it's honestly way better than Taco Bell. Hot take, it is way better than Taco Bell. It says I need to... Not that. Aha! These like smooth sides there. And this is the base. And these two. And then I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow and kind of run off all this energy that I have for sure. I meant to go yesterday, but my knee wasn't feeling well, so I'll go tomorrow. Last week I actually did do four days. I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then Sunday. And then Sunday and Monday I go back to back, right? And then Sundays I just do shoulders and chest. Monday I just do running. That way I don't like burn myself out too much. But I don't know, maybe I didn't change my sheets this week or something, but it's like I got a pimple like under my knee. The weirdest place for a pimple. Or like, I don't know if it was a pimple or maybe I was gaining too much muscle there and like something got infected, you know what I mean? I don't know what happened. But it was like a little pimple on there. And so I was like, I don't feel like running with that. That's not fun, you know? Which is why I'm also going to be going to doctors here soon, just to keep, you know, keep my health up. All of this stress from starting this job and everything and ending my previous job, and so I need to go get a checkup. And I actually did find a local one. I just haven't made an appointment with them yet. But I'm working on it, you know, one step at a time. I went from I'll never go to another doctor, whatever, I don't care, to all right, I'm gonna do it, right? So it's like, you know, mark improvement in that column. Cool, Cool. She's looking good. Yep, I'll make that appointment tomorrow for sure. That's kind of the idea. Is tomorrow's going to be appointment day. I've been putting off all this stuff to launch the company, and so now I don't have that excuse anymore. So it's got to go. Not really sure how this is working. Oh, like this. Got it. I had piece backwards. Oh, so those are gonna be her tail lights. These little things, right? It'll be her tail lights. She has 2 gems as tail lights. Very cute. Okay. So and I need this, and I need this. Yeah. I'm in my 30s now, so now I can't use the excuse of like, hey, I'm young, I don't need to go to a doctor. I don't have that excuse no more, right? Now I gotta go do regular visits, you probably need a colonoscopy and all that other stuff too, right? But that's alright, one thing at a time. Heck, I didn't even know what kind of doctor to get. I was like, general practice, family practice, general med, like there was like 5 categories, and I was like, I don't even know what they are. So I'm gonna call up some people tomorrow, like the insurance company, and make sure that it's the right person, or probably call the doctor first, and if they say no, then call the insurance companies and have them do it. Alright, we're getting close to the end. And so I did want to say here, now we're getting closer to the end. You know, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting all the time, liking my stuff. If you do end up buying things, then hey, even better. If you don't, still feel free to watch. You know, I'm not going to encourage anyone to spend any money they don't have. If you can, great. If not, don't worry about it. You know, it's all good. And I'll send. No, you too young for. I'm too young for colonoscopy. Okay, cool. Actually, I just watched a video the other day with the Try Guys, and they all did not colonoscopy, but the one, and not enemas. The one where you just do it for like fun, like, you know. And actually, the lady did it as like a spiritual thing. She was like, out with the old, in with the new. And so I was thinking about doing that. I was like, because I did sound therapy. Did I tell you I did sound therapy? It was actually really nice. I really liked it. It was just like this lady, like it was a no-touch massage. So maybe you guys would like this, right? It's a no-touch massage. And so she just like, I was like, my eyes were closed, and she would just like be above me doing this. And you know, then we did like a tarot reading afterwards. It was real cute. It was a lot of fun. And then I went and got a sandwich afterwards, and I felt really good. Oops. Whoa. So, you know, maybe you could try that style. I know you guys don't like massages where they touch you. So they're no-touch massages. They don't touch you. And then I probably will play either some tonight or tomorrow. I'll play some video games. I'm a little tired right now, so probably tomorrow. And for the rest of the weekend, and that way I can kind of promote, you know, the company while also having fun. Because, you know, that is ultimately what I promote. I want to promote being happy and having a good life, but also working. Ooh, baby. How the heck am I supposed to do that? It says I'm supposed to go inside of there, and it's like, I think so. Would need tweezers to do that. You know what? I think you're going to be loose in there is what you're going to be. So then why do I have two of them? You know what? You both go in there then. Weird that they gave me two. Oh, she just has that chain. Okay. And then I need number 4. This is like a little lockbox that she has, which has some diamonds in it. Random little parts that break easy, so that's why they give you extras of them. She actually carries that. Okay. All right, so we got. Wow, was your reading good? Yes, actually, okay, so the reading was crazy. Okay, so, you know, I've always, you know how we've been, Miss Debbie, that about, certain people and certain things. And of all the things to get, I got the Archangel Michael card. Now, you know as well as I do, that is my guardian angel, is the Archangel Michael. And so to get his card was very cool. Like, cause she had like 10 decks of cards, and she was like, all right, pick 3 decks, and we're gonna pick 1 card out of each of the 3 decks. And one of them was you're transitioning from old to new, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. The next one was Guardian Angel Michael was like looking over you as you go do this new journey. And the third one was basically to forget your past and not worry about it and only worry about the future. And so I was like, wow, that's a heck of a reading. I was like, that is one heck of a reading. And to get Michael out of everyone too, which, I mean, that was, and it's like, I didn't pick that deck either. She kind of picked them. She was like, oh, I'm just going to pick these 3 decks. I just feel the right decks for you. And I was just like, okay. And she was like, this one is the Michael deck. And he's like the card in it. And I was like, I bet I'll get that one. And I picked it. I mean, all upside down. You can't see any of the cards. And I picked it. And I was like, of course it's him. I was like, of course it would be. I was like, who else who could it possibly have been but him? Right, so I was really I was like, and even better than that, she had like a religious quote in her room, and it was like the exact quote that I use all the time. And I was like, this lady was meant for me. I was like, she was meant for me to be there to, confirm that I was making the right choices. And so I was really happy about that. I was like, all right, I nailed it. I was like, right person, right choices. Sometimes you just get a sign from the world that tells you you're on the right path, And so I was very happy with that. And I plan on going back in a couple of months. I figured in November or something, I'll go back and do another little reading with her, another little massage and everything. Oh man, I forget what it was. I have a photo of it on my phone, but I just took all the photos off my phone and dumped them on this computer somewheres because I didn't have any room to take photos. I literally had 99.9% full. So I had to take everything off. But it was basically don't trust those that are trying to dim your light. Focus on those that are shining, helping you shine or something like that. And so it was just basically don't worry about the past, worry about the people that are, helping you, like you guys. Right? So it was like, oh, okay, I'm doing the right thing there, focusing on making a positive channel around cool stuff instead of being, too political or too whatever. Right? It's like, I want to be just me, just happy. And yeah, so we made these today. Aren't they cool? They're really cool. And then they're heading towards the bat signal. So that's really cool. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been Chris Collecting, darlings. And yep, you can't live. Exactly, right? So, you know, I was really happy with it. And I did a really good job. Again, we'll show, here, hold on a second. We will show my Instagram one more time. There we go. Yeah, we'll show my Instagram one more time. So remember, you can claim any of this stuff you like. Just go in there and claim it. You know, you basically just type 1 into the chat. I want 1. Please give me 1. Or can I have something similar to 1 or similar to 3? Or if you want to know sizes, dimensions, I can work with you on any of this kind of stuff you want. If you want one of these bowls bigger or smaller, hit me up and we'll talk about it, right? If you want a 12 by 12 instead of a 16 by 16, hit me up and we will talk about it, right? So it's like, or if you want a pillow that's bigger or smaller, hit me up. We'll talk about it, right? I'm very flexible. I want everyone to be really happy. As I said, my Linktree is active, so we're all good there. I have, you know, my all kinds of stuff to it, so we're doing good. Anyways, you guys have a lovely day. Bye, y'all. See you later. Remember to trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world that's safe for everyone. Bye, y'all. And especially thank you to CFL and Debbie Doo for sticking around the whole chat and chatting with me. I always appreciate you guys and love you guys, and talk to y'all later. Bye.